Dear students, let us start the discussion on today's newspaper, that is 20th May 2016. The first article is related to the elections, recent assembly elections in 5 states. So the results are much on the predicted lines. A surprise has come up only in Tamil Nadu, where a victory was predicted for the DMK alliance, but however, AIDMK has come with came as a victor without any alliance or alliance partners. On the other hand, DMDK of Captain Vijay did not show its results this year. So these are all political news. They are of little significance to us. What is the most significant issue? What are the general trends in the Indian politics? Now, if you see, initially the Lok Sabha elections and Legislative Assembly elections were held together. Now they got separated from each other. But however, the significance of the state legislative assembly elections has slowly started increasing. Now if you see, other than in Assam, in all the places, the regional parties are able to show their significance. So it shows that the regional parties are gaining the significance over the national parties in the state level elections. But on the other hand, if you see the Lok Sabha elections, the national parties have gained the significance over the regional parties. So it means the people are able to differentiate between the Lok Sabha elections, the issues of national importance and issues of regional importance. That is the primary point. And the second issue over here is the governance and welfareism. There appears to be a confusion. Many people are equating an ability of a government to deliver the freebies as equivalent to the capacity to deliver the governance. So the welfare politics are being reduced to giving freebies. Some observers even call it as bribing the voters in the post government or after the elections. And the third thing is, if trends are being observed now, till now, the Congress is losing its power and sheen, and the BJP is gaining its presence in the south and the east. Till date, the BJP has its presence in the north and the west. So in these circumstances, BJP is often criticized as mega regional party rather than a national party. So, gaining the Assam, it is the first strong foothold in the northeast, and also opening the account in Kerala, West Bengal. This shows that the BJP is going to have pan-India presence very soon. Already, the BJP President Amit Shah is talking about having a party office in every district in the country, which the BJP do not hold as of now. So the losing of the Congress can be explained on the basis of the first past the post system. The vote share of the Congress has not dramatically fallen as expected, but the seat share of the Congress is dramatically falling. It is because of the dispersed nature of their voters. So, though it has its own base, the social base, but it is unable to convert that into the representation in the houses. That is basically due to the dispersion of the voters and which is going to affect it badly. These are the observations we can make. Now, coming to the Assam elections, these are very critical because BJP always raised the nationalistic sentiments on the immigration issue. Now, we need to understand about the Assam Accord over here. What is meant by the Assam Accord? Now, in this 1985, the August 15th, Rajiv Gandhi government has brought in an accord between the government of India, government of Assam, all Assam Student Union. This is called Assam Accord. Now, in Assam, the Bangladeshi immigrants, they came before 1971, during 1971, and even after 1971, there is a huge illegal immigration. So this illegal immigration has worst effect on the demographics of the Assam. So in this context, this demographic change is considered as or is the rallying point for the BJP. So let's try to understand what this Assam Accord consists of. So 1951 to 1961, 1951 to 1961, whoever are there in Assam, these people will be given full citizenship along with the voting rights. 1961 to 71, they will be given all citizenship rights but denied the voting rights for the next 10 years. All the people who came after 1971 will be regarded as illegal immigrants and deported. But this is not happened or implemented till now. So, it might be seen as a good time for the Assam Accord to be implemented. So, in this case, the center has BJP and the state also has got the BJP into power. So, we can see some progress on the Assam Accord. And coming to the other election news today. So, the 2019, can we predict based on the present elections over here? So, in 2014 elections, BJP has got a landslide victory because of its good performance in the north states, especially UP, Bihar. But if you see the same BJP in the southern states of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and eastern states, its tally is almost zero. So, in these circumstances, the BJP is spread into the north, the south and east. It can be seen as a positive sign to the party, but it will no way close to the conclusion that the 2019 goes for the BJP again. It is because, let us see, NDA government from 1999 to 2004. So there were elections held for three large states, and BJP became victorious in these large states. But when 2004 elections were held, BJP lost measurably. Though in spite of having India Shining campaign, etc., it failed to observe the deep-rooted grievances of the people such as farmers, workers, etc. So the neoliberal policies did not work for the BJP then. Now the present government is going at a much faster pace on the neoliberal market policies. In these circumstances, many people are also getting out of the inclusive growth. So in this context, how far people will appreciate this government is a major question. If you see purely on the political considerations, so visiting the same story in 2019 in the northern belt appears to be a tough job. So, in this context, we cannot assume the success in the present elections can give a success in the national elections. It is also due to the reason the people are able to differentiate the national elections from the state elections. Now, coming to the corruption. Now, UK has a UK Bribery Act. According to that, any citizen or company of UK, if it's an investor in a foreign company, it also will be governed by the actions of the rules of the UK Bribery Act. The similar is the case with the United States Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. So any United States company, if it invests in Indian company, and if there are allegations of the corruption on that company, then the US company will also be indicted in United States of America. So it means very stringent norms exist in US and UK against the corruption. Now India is receiving more and more foreign investments. It means that Indian companies with foreign investments also come within the scope of UK Bribery Act and United States Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. So in this context, what we need to understand, Indian companies also need to revisit their whistleblower platforms, transparency platforms, and also the governance practices. Unless these are done, so they are going to pay a very heavy price in the future. So here, UK Bribery Act, let me explain you one point. For example, if I am involved with corruption and working with XYZ company, so if company is not following the good practices against corruption, the company will be made liable. If company has put in place the good practices against corruption, then as an individual I will be made liable. So the company's internal functioning need to be revisited to put place these frameworks. Only if these frameworks are existing, then the companies will not be made liable. Now coming to the antibiotics, the drug resistance is increasing because antibiotics are not the over-counter drugs, these are the prescription drugs. It means you cannot just go to a medical shop and buy them. A doctor's prescription is necessary for this. But in India, most of the antibiotics are sold as over-the-counter drugs. Because of this, antimicrobial resistance is increasing. Now, you all, if you can remember, NDM1, New Delhi Metallase Enzyme 1, it is observed in the bodies of certain organisms which is responsible for the bacterial resistance. So, such kind of new bugs are coming up. So, to avoid the misuse of these drugs, India is printing a red line on the package. So, this red line signifies that it is not a over-the-counter drug, but it is a prescription drug. So, it also educates the medical shops and also the buyers, the people. So, in this context, the misuse can be decreased. So, a committee was appointed in UK by the Prime Minister David Cameron. It is a global review on antimicrobial resistance. It has applauded the India's initiative. Now, sexual abuse against women. Now, yesterday was the International Safe Cities for Women Day. On this day, an organization called as the Charity, it has asked all the governments to make cities safer for women. So it has given certain statistics. In India, 89% of the women living in the urban areas have experienced one or the other form of the sexual abuse. It shows to what extent women are unsafe in the Indian cities. And coming to the Obama's Asia trip. So Asia, pivot to Asia, it is a rebalancing act of the power structures in Asia. So some people see it as a containment of China. So under this, most of the fleet of the United States will be stationed in Pacific. And the second thing is, a rebalance will come up, is expected to come up by building a democratic axis against China. So, US is contemplating for USA, India, Japan, Australia, democratic axis. And the third thing is, United States also looking for building the strong partnerships in Asia and Southeast Asia. You can see the joint exercise that have happened with Philippines and also visit of the Chief of the Defense to the South China Sea, patrolling in the South China Sea where the China claims its territory, and increasing the defense sales to Philippines, Vietnam. All these can be observed over here. And added to that, there is an economic dimension also to the pivot to Asia. Under the economic dimension, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, it tries to build strong networks with the Southeast Asian countries. So, the Obama, in light of this, is visiting Japan and also Vietnam. So, in Japan, he is taking a visit to Hiroshima, though he did not revisit the United States' decision to bomb Hiroshima. But however, it shows a solidarity for the victims of the atomic bomb. Now coming to the Indian Express, so everywhere it is the election news today. So the BJP has won the election and it is more growing as a national party with a pan-India presence. In these circumstances, the BJP is showing a parochial appearance. Or BJP playing with the identities. It shall involve itself with the national building exercise, respecting the diversity and pluralism of India. And the next is the CPM's decline. Though the CPM has won in Kerala, but its reduction to the third position in West Bengal signifies its reinvention of the strategy. So as the services sector is growing, to that extent, the Communist Party and its base in the workers is eroding. So, being conservative and being too rigid, CPM has to become more and more flexible with the changing scenario. And coming to the P-notes issue, the SEBI tightens the P-notes norms. You all know the KYC, know your client norms. Now, before going into that, let's understand what are the P-notes. Now, let's take this as a stock exchange. So, a foreign institutional investor is investing in this stock exchange. Now, with this investor, certain big clients, certain people have deposited the money, and this money through FIIs is coming into the stock exchange. So, in return to their investment, what this person will give to that investor, it is what is called as P notes. So it means the stock exchange do not know who are investing actually in the exchanges. Only this FII will know. So it means the black money can be introduced into the stock exchange through these routes. So now what the government is saying is all the FIIs within 1 month have to disclose it to the SEBI that who are to whom the P notes are being issued. It will reduce the volatility in the markets. And the Know Your Client norms and the norms under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act will also apply to all the offshore instruments now, including the P notes. That is what are the conditions brought in by SEBI. So these are the articles for today, and this already discussed. So this article says that in Assam this is an opportunity to resolve the crisis. So especially Assam Accord to be implemented, for that this is the opportunity, because at the center and the states the common party exists in power. Thank you very much. All the best.